What's up, everyone? In today's video, I'm gonna be ranking all the limiteds in NJ from best to worst. Since limiteds might come back due to the situation going on in NJ right now, this video could come in handy if you're deciding which one to buy. Now again, like all my other ranking videos, all of these are my own opinions based off my experience, so if you disagree, then that's fine. I'm just saying this because I know lots of people have their own opinions on which limited is the best, etc. In my ranking all characters video, I briefly talked about the limited, so today I'm going to be going in depth about each limited and why I put them there. Anyways, before the video starts, make sure to join my Discord server and follow my YouTube and TikTok. First up, we have Dark Phoenix. She is the top one strongest limited in my opinion. She's the only one to have never gotten a nerf besides her ultimate, but that's it. Her damage is absolutely insane as well. She deals way more damage than any other limited in the game. Those who say her damage is perfectly fine and balanced are not okay because it is way too OP. She has a lot of useful and strong abilities in her kit to help her during fights. Her healing ability makes her so annoyingly strong as well. The cooldown is kind of low considering how OP the ability is. It's pretty spammable during fights and I feel like it needs an increased cooldown honestly. Dark Phoenix also has the most health compared to the other limiteds, which makes her very tanky, and even if she loses health, she'll just easily gain most of it back by healing. Her combos are very easy to do as well. She only really needs to use 3- for moves and boom, the target is dead. Meanwhile, the other limiteds like Mom require longer combos to kill the enemy without using their instant. And adding on to that point, Dark Phoenix barely ever needs to use her insta-kills as well considering she can already kill most people with ease. And DP overall, like her stats, damage, combo, and etc. are just so good. And if you're one of those people saying she isn't even that strong, girl, yes, she is. You probably just don't know how to play her or seen a good Dark Phoenix. Because oh sis, trust me, skilled Dark Phoenixes are scary as fuck. Next up in second place, I chose Seline Galio. Now, Seline is still a new character and may possibly receive buffs or nerfs in the future, so this may become inaccurate in the future, but I am just gonna be ranking her based on her current stats, etc. To start off with, Seline is a very good character if you're skilled with her. She has so much in her kit that you can use to help yourself in Pvs. Her moveset overall is so OP in my opinion. She has tons of AoE moves which make her very strong, especially when killing large groups of people. And one of her spells called Bloodstorm is so annoyingly strong, plus it's very spammy as well. The cooldown is literally so short for an ability with such a wide range. Now some of y'all might be thinking the cooldown of the Bloodstorm spell is 20 seconds. How is that short? To answer this, the cooldown is technically 6 seconds because as soon as you activate the Bloodstorm spell, the cooldown immediately starts, so when the Bloodstorm ability is done, there's only like 6 seconds left of cooldown. I'm sorry if this is confusing. I really don't know how I could explain this, but if you play NJ a lot, I'm sure y'all will notice how spammy Seline's Bloodstorm spell is when you are fighting Seline's. Like literally as soon as the ability is done, it feels like they can use it again right the next second. I know a lot of people look down on her, don't like her very much because of her weird flight. The owners probably made her flight like that to balance her out a bit as her moveset is pretty OP and you can easily travel and escape using your shield. She can walk really fast in her shield, so it's basically impossible for people to break it since it's really hard to hit, and the teleport cooldown of her shield is pretty short as well. Seline is also immune to absorption abilities such as Mom Wanda's insta-kill drain, Dark Phoenix's ultimate which is crazy, and any other absorbing abilities in game. That feels kind of unfair, but oh well, it is what it is. And that's another one of my points proving why Seline is so good as well. I nearly forgot to mention this, but she also has the resurrections as well, which is very annoying when you're trying to kill a Seline. And to those saying Seline is so bad she's not even that good, well, y'all have to keep in mind that Seline is still a new character and people take a while to get used to her, and many people probably haven't mastered her yet considering she's barely playable in public servers. And if you're dying a lot as Seline, that's not because she's bad, but because she's a new limited, so obviously she's gonna get targeted a lot. So overall, Seline is a very good character, but I put her under Dark Phoenix as Dark Phoenix is just a lot more stronger in general, especially with her high damage dealing moves. Next, moving on to third place, we have the one and only Queen Mom, Wanda, of course. I already know lots of people will disagree with me for this and say that she's the strongest limited and deserves to be at the top of the list. Well, unfortunately, Mom Wanda just isn't as powerful as she used to be anymore. She's gotten severely nerfed over the past few years and is probably the most nerfed character in NJ. I'm not saying she shouldn't be nerfed at all, but some nerfs were not necessary. One major nerf that affected Mom Wanda's overall character was her mana consumption. Her mana literally drained so fast for no reason, even without using that auto shield. Like us flying without doing anything for just a few seconds takes away half of our mana. And for those people who are gonna say, just don't use the auto shield, bitch, the auto shield is the only that makes Mom a good character. Without it, she's a fucking coin character, be so for real. We literally paid for the character. We should be able to use her auto shield freely without it taking half of our mana in a second, and y'all are telling us to just not use it. Like, hello? Moving on. Mom Wanda's moveset itself really isn't that good. She doesn't have much in her kit. She only has like 4 abilities that she can use to damage someone, with only one being AoE, while the other limiteds have 7+. And her only AoE ability, which is the telekinetic corpse crush, was also nerfed as well. The slam damage was removed, which was what made the ability strong. Moving on to my next point, I'm sure all of you, including the people who don't own Mom, know damn well her ultimate Akagargantos is useless as fuck. Her ult is a literal octopus who just crawls around with 2 useless abilities, and it's really sad that we can't defend ourselves from the annoying people who just spam bolts at us from above. Overall, Mom Wanda's stats and moveset just don't compare to Dark Phoenix and Seline, unfortunately. Those who want to argue with me in the comments, go play as Mom first so you know how much of a pain she is to play as, then talk. And moving on to last place, we have Phoenix Force. I'm sure a lot of people will agree with this, but Phoenix Force is the weakest limited. Sorry, it just has to be said, but she isn't that strong compared to the limiteds. Also, I just want to make this clear. Phoenix Force is a very strong character, but she's the weakest when we're comparing her with other limiteds. Phoenix Force is basically just a Jean and DP dupe. She doesn't really have anything special in her kit. Her pain infliction is literally just Jean's pain infliction, but buffed a bit. The only reason Phoenix Force is good is because of her ultimate and shield. Her ultimate affects the entire map and takes down everyone's shield and burns them, which is cool, but her ultimate isn't as strong as it used to be. Unfortunately, it got nerfed. Her ultimate isn't super OP or anything, but rather just annoying. And her shield is definitely what makes her very good, because it can instantly burn off the player's shield that you're touching, even though players can easily avoid the shield. I'm just gonna be honest, there really isn't much for me to say about Phoenix Force. Unlike the others, she doesn't really have much in her set, and her overall moveset is a bit boring. Dark Phoenix has most of the abilities that Phoenix Force has, but stronger. I know this isn't related, but I gotta say, Phoenix Force definitely has one of the prettiest morphs in the game. That's all for today's video. Bye bye flops.